Radio call in regards to a naked male on the interstate, I-680 and I-80 eastbound. They arrived and got updates that the naked male was now shooting, whether it was at somebody in the air or actually at a person. We found out that he actually did hit someone that was in a vehicle driving by. Fortunately, officers got there quickly. Our helicopter unit got there quickly, and we were able to take the suspect into custody within minutes after the incident happened on I-680 southbound as you go around the curve towards I-80 eastbound. And this is right around 11:30 a.m. today. I'm open for any questions if you have any.
What do you think was going on in this driver's head? Anything?
So it's difficult to presume what had happened. I didn't speak to the actual suspect, but I'm thinking mental health episode. When we hear of somebody taking off their clothes, and then even more so escalating into where there actually are shots fired. And the unfortunate part is the persons had driven by and he had shot at a vehicle that was driving by. That person's going to be okay. Our victim of the shooting, it could have been a lot worse. And luckily, ground units were there quickly, and our helicopter unit was there quickly, and they called out in regards to the route in which our naked suspect was running towards. We did recover the firearm, and when he was arrested without incident.
Do you have his age?
Right approximately in his early 30s is what I've got here. The victim, more than likely, either the bullet itself was hit above the chest area, and or it might have been fragments from the windshield. So this one could have gone a lot worse because literally a hole in his windshield. So he got extremely lucky, and he's getting treated right now, and he's male in his early 30s as well.
I apologize if you said this already, I missed that first part, but was the victim attempting to drive away after being shot?
The victim did drive away after the fact. Initially, the suspect had gotten into a one-car collision and hit the median. As you make that curve around 680, in turn, for some reason, he got out of the vehicle, had a firearm in his possession. He was standing in the interstate. We initially got the call as a naked male in the interstate, and then it got upgraded to shots fired, and then we had someone, we know now who the victim is, who drove from that particular area and that was actually shot at and was hit in the upper body, and he's going to be okay.
Age of the victim?
Age of the victim is going to be early 30s as well, I believe.
Mark, did that guy try to maybe help the guy who was naked? Or
I'm not 100% sure. He was obstructing the interstate, so traffic was coming to a halt. A lot of things could have happened. He might have became a little bit impatient, maybe honked at the guy, or maybe he was getting ready to pull over. Anything of that sort are options that could have happened.
Any other reports of the suspect trying to shoot at anybody else?
No, other than that particular gentleman. I believe there was more than one casing at the scene, whether he started shooting up in the air at first or shot in the air after the fact, but our victim was able to get away. And fortunately, like I said, we just had that one person that was grazed and or hit by bullet or hit by windshield fragments.
And then I just want to clarify, you said that the victim got into an accident beforehand?
No, it was the suspect.
The suspect.
That was rounding that corner on I-680, hit the median, and then for some reason, the truck was immovable, so he got out of the vehicle doing whatever, but he was in the middle of the road standing, and then traffic slowed down. Evidently something irritated him, shot at our victim, took his clothes off, started running, and luckily was taken into custody without incident. Our officers were quickly on scene, gave out direction of travel, helicopter got there within minutes. Big kudos to them, and we were able to take them into custody.
Was that red pickup truck on the side?
This is a red pickup, Chevy pickup, yes.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
I don't know. I think there was multiple casings, maybe more than one. But from what I gathered, the information that I gathered, the vehicle that was hit was struck one time.
And how many units do you think you had out there today?
Well, we got big help from State Patrol as well. I would say at least 24 units, including our helicopter unit. So a lot of cops that got there really quick. It sounded like it actually was an active shooter on the interstate. So fortunately, he just shot at one person. I don't believe there was a connection between those two people. And more than likely, when someone's taking off their clothes and acting somewhat in that nature, it's more than likely a mental health episode.
What kind of firearm was it?
That I don't know exactly. It was a handgun, black in color. So we were able to retrieve that quickly. One of our units, she was able to pick up the gun before vehicles started driving by, or him doubling back, picking up the gun, or having a friend come pick up the gun. So
Which window did the bullet go through?
I believe it's the windshield.
What's
Yeah, the front
protocol
windshield.
for the suspect now? What happens?
The protocol.
when there's a mental health episode.
Brian, we can theorize in regards to what happens if he's had a mental health episode. Evidently, something needs to be done more in regards to how he got that gun. Number two, he could be a convicted felon, so he may not be able to carry a gun. A lot of the guns that we get are illegally carried. So if he is a convicted felon, which I don't know if he is or not, then he would be illegally possessing that gun. So I don't know whether he legally possessed that gun or not. So, good question though.
Is he someone that's known to law enforcement?
No.
Did you recognize him?
No, he's from Iowa. So that was where the vehicle's registered at. I don't know anything about the guy other than his age and his race. All right.
And your name?
Captain Mark Matuza from the West Precinct. All righty. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.